film fanatics.
Crazy! It's crazy.
The nuts about that.
Now, the Houston Film Fanatics.
What's up, everybody? This is Ray with the Houston Film Fanatics. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We are back. We are talking, once again, all things movie. We are talking TV and streaming, all sorts of good stuff that you are going to want to pay attention to. So let's jump right in, shall we? First off, I want to hit a couple of things that are opening in the box office this weekend. First up on that list is a little movie starring Halle Berry called Kidnap.
Let me tell you something. As long as my son is in that car, I will not stop. Wherever you go, I will be right behind you. You took the wrong kid.
Now, Kidnap is basically about a single mom. She's in the middle of a divorce. She takes her son to the park one day, and while playing Marco Polo with him, finds that he has been kidnapped. Actually seeing people taking her son, she chases after them in a minivan. And we're going to spend a good portion of this movie in the van alongside Halle Berry, watching her chase after these kidnappers. How did I feel about this movie? All right, well, let me be completely honest with you guys. 100% full disclosure, I did not want to watch this movie. I didn't want to see any little bit of it. It looked terrible. The trailer looks like they basically tell you the whole movie. Not saying that they don't, they kind of do, but it was better than I expected it to be. Just remember, though, that I set the bar so low that I actually had to dig up the basement floorboards and stick it under there. Overall, you're going to spend a good chunk of your time watching this movie yelling at the screen, at least in your head. I did a couple out loud things in the theater, which is really, really frowned upon. But Halle Berry will do an entire series of really, really bonehead moves throughout the film that you're just like, why are you doing this? Have you ever seen in action movies where somebody is fighting a bad guy and you know that, like, they hit them once and they fall, and you're like, why don't you just keep hitting him? Make sure he doesn't get up. That's kind of the essence of this whole film.
My son's been kidnapped.
If you wait with me here, ma'am, we'll file a report right now.
That's what all these people did. They waited.
It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating watching Halle Berry make all these crazy moves. But it's even more hilarious. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me personally trying to take Halle Berry serious as an action star. Yeah, I know, guys, I know. She's been Storm in all the X-Men movies, but I'm sorry. I didn't feel like she was that great. I mean, what was the last thing that we really got excited about seeing Halle Berry in? I mean, she was Catwoman. Who was happy about that? No one. What else? What else, guys? Once you get past, like, Bulworth, what are we excited about Halle Berry in? I mean, Swordfish? 4 people saw that movie. All 4 hated it. I don't know what to do. It's just something about her. She's one of those actresses for me that literally does nothing for me. I mean, I actually think, in my own personal experience, if you tell me that Halle Berry is in this movie, it takes away from the film. And I'm sure you all have actors or actresses that you feel that way about, okay? I got into this discussion with somebody the other day, and they had a whole laundry list. Ray Liotta's name kept popping up a lot, if you believe it or not. Sorry, Ray. It wasn't for me. I don't actually mind you that much. So, yeah, Halle Berry, Kidnap. I wouldn't put it high on my list of things to see. But, I mean, like I said, if there's nothing else going on, you could do worse. You could do worse. You could see the Emoji Movie, which is much worse. So yeah, there you have it. Kidnap, Halle Berry, opens this weekend in theaters. Maybe check it out, maybe not. You can check out our full review. We got it at the blog page, Houston Film Fanatics, kprcradio.com. Moving on to something I enjoyed a lot more. Stephen King's latest adaptation, The Dark Tower.
For thousands of generations, the gunslingers were knights. Sworn to protect us from the coming of the dark.
It is really not a bad adaptation, I feel, because I haven't read the books, but I did really enjoy this film. Matthew McConaughey, Idris Elba, Tom Taylor. Idris plays a gunslinger. He's actually the last gunslinger, and they're out to protect this thing called the Dark Tower, which is a giant dark tower that stands in the middle of all of the universe.
The man in black want to destroy the tower.
The tower protects both our worlds. If it falls, hell will be unleashed.
Meanwhile, there's somebody called the Man in Black, played by Matthew McConaughey. He is your resident bad guy. He wants to destroy the Dark Tower, thus bringing darkness across all of the universe and bringing in all of these monsters and demons and generally awful things. Tom Taylor plays a young kid who is, he's basically having dreams about all of these things happening to him. He plays a kid named Jake, and Jake is having visions of the Dark Tower, he's having visions of the end of the world, and the Man in Black, and the Gunslinger. Ultimately, these guys all come together in this movie, in this big fight, good versus evil. I enjoyed this. Okay, again, I have not read the book, but Idris is just so freaking cool as this gunslinger, man. If you are just watching it for him to just reload his gun alone, it is so freaking cool. The young kid, Tom Taylor, who plays Jake, he does a pretty solid job in the film. Matthew McConaughey is always just very slick, very cool, and it's no different for him, and that's kind of his whole character. He's basically an evil sorcerer.
He's like the devil, isn't he?
No, he's worse.
Having not read the books, I still found it very fun to watch, especially for a film that so many people have claimed was unmakeable, because this is supposedly Stephen King's, magnus opus, and it's supposed to be this huge, sweeping, epic drama. It was still a solid movie. Lots of good action, good storytelling, enjoyable characters, and it wasn't anything that I spent a lot of time watching going, this is just too over the top for me. It had a good balance to it, so I really think out of those two films, between Kidnap, Dark Tower, if I had to put my money down on one, I would be going to see Dark Tower this weekend, if I were you. I mean, if you're looking for action, you're looking for a good time, Dark Tower.
You can't stop what's coming. Death always wins.
All the way. Sorry, Halle Berry. Did I mention that Halle Berry is not in the Dark Tower? Bonus. Sorry. So there you have it. That is some of the cool stuff that we have going on at the box office this weekend that you should be checking out. I also want to let you guys know Dunkirk is still killing it in the box office. I mean, it's been like the #1 movie 2 weeks in a row. It's still doing a crazy good job. As a matter of fact, I just posted at our blog page. You can check it out yourself. We're doing another giveaway. We've got some Dunkirk swag as well as some tickets to go see the film. And even a copy of the book that the movie is based on. So please check that out. Houston Film Fanatics at kprcradio.com. Now, when we come back, we are going to get into our little segment we like to call Islands in the Stream. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back at you in just a minute. Houston Film Fanatics, kprcradio.com. Stay tuned.